happening right now, tens of thousands of people are starting to pack the Ellipse, where Vice President Kamala Harris will hold a rally tonight with the election just 1 week away now. I'll be out here anchoring our live team coverage.
A new twist in the case of an au pair charged in connection with a double murder in Fairfax County. She just made a deal with prosecutors. What that means for her future and the other man in custody.
And a lot going on across the DMV this evening. The weather is going to be absolutely beautiful, but big changes are on the way. I'll time out a cold front coming up for you next at 4.
And President Biden makes a major announcement months after the bridge collapse in Baltimore. What he said that could have an impact way beyond Charm City.
And first at 4, Vice President Kamala Harris making her final pitch to voters in dramatic style with a rally tonight at the Ellipse in the shadow of the Washington Monument and in front of the White House.
And it's estimated more than 50,000 people are expected to attend. And as you can see here, lines started forming hours before doors opened at 3 this afternoon. 7 News anchor Scott Thuman is there handling our live team coverage, starting us off with more on what he's seeing out there right now. Hey, Scott.
Yeah, Megan, Victoria, relatively quiet at the moment as people are just starting to file in. We're hearing the music behind us, though, as the stage and logistics kind of warm up for this big event. First thing I want to point out to you, though, is a little bit of perspective. You see the White House over my shoulder. On the other shoulder, you see blue signs saying freedom. That's where the stage is. We're a little distance away from the Ellipse because you've got this massive security perimeter going all the way around it. The safety of the candidates has become paramount after a pair of attempts on former President Trump's life. We are now just 1 week away from Election Day, and so the tensions ratcheted up even more. Already this presidential election has been unlike anything we've really ever seen in our country's history in some ways. There have been several dramatic twists and turns, most notably with President Biden dropping out of the race a little more than 3 months ago. You forget kind of the genesis of how we've gotten to this point now, and then the current president being replaced by his vice president, Kamala Harris, on the top of the ticket. That assassination attempt that we referenced on former President Trump back in July in Pennsylvania, that also throwing a big curveball at how these events like the one tonight are being handled. And of course, tonight, Vice President Harris delivering what's being called her closing argument to voters here on the Ellipse. But let's keep in mind, we'll hear from her many more times between now and Election Day. But the location, as I kind of speak through another motorcade going through, is so significant because it is on the Ellipse behind me, where then President Trump spoke on January 6th, 2021, after losing the 2020 election. And of course, we all remember what happened next. Thousands of Trump supporters storming the U.S. Capitol in an effort to stop the election from being certified. So there will certainly be a lot of comparisons to tonight and Trump's event nearly 4 years ago. Gates have already opened ahead of this rally. It's scheduled to start around 7:30. And as I mentioned, security noticeably increased. Our team coverage tonight continuing with 7 News. Rebecca Turco, she's out here as well, taking a look at what's going on behind me. Rebecca, the whole Ellipse blocked off right now by fencing.
Across the city during these special events and the next week during the election. For tonight's event, we will also have an increased presence around the Ellipse, the high heel race, and other locations across our city. We are opening the Metropolitan Police Department Joint Operation Command Center.
Again, people are still lining in here. The event is set to get underway around 6:30 with the VP set to start speaking expect an hour after that. We're, of course, going to be bringing you the very latest and inside look all throughout the night here. Scott?
All right, Rebecca, and of course, yes, we're talking about security that'll be very visible. What's also visible, and strategically so, will be right behind Vice President Harris. It will be the south lawn of the White House itself. Another way to present her as the candidate who they believe should easily be able to transition to that post. They want to make that connection with voters. We'll see if it lands. We know in a city like D.C., a large support for the vice president, large Democratic voting base. She's on home turf in many ways here, so there will be a large, very supportive crowd tonight. Whether or not that translates across the country, that's what we'll find out in just 1 week. Let's go back inside now and talk to Victoria about some of her experiences on this very plot of land that has been so examined over and over since that day, January 6, 2021. Victoria?
Yeah, Scott, I was field anchoring just like you are right now, but that was 4 years ago. And the time difference also, I was there at 4:30, January 6th. And I was there to really preview what was going to be happening with Donald Trump and his thousands of supporters. Now, this, as you said, is a very, very important spot for Vice President Harris as she wants to draw a sharp distinction from Trump.
Good morning. I am walking up to the Ellipse in Washington, D.C., which is in front of the White House and next to the Washington Monument.
Fake news, we don't want it. Hold it alive.
There are tens of thousands of people already along the National Mall.
Donald Trump! Donald Trump!
And you can see just the tens of thousands of people that were there. The media really wasn't welcomed, as you can probably remember 4 years ago. A lot of fake news, that's what we were being told. But I was out there, and then just a few hours later is the win. A large group from that meeting there stormed the Capitol. So just much different scene.
So many people, security in question then and very much in question now. And Scott is out right where those videos, Victoria's videos, were taken, and he will be out there for us.
Yeah, that's right. Different scene, as you just pointed out. Different message, certainly. But in some ways, there are parallels with the tension that we're feeling politically. You know, this election has been so surprising in so many ways. And now we are kind of at that moment where you go, we're down to the wire and reality really setting in. Now, whether or not we have an answer to who is president a week from now, that is perhaps more in question, but we'll get to that a little bit more later. I'm going to be out here live throughout the next 2.5 hours, anchoring our team coverage ahead of tonight's significant event. But for now, we'll send it back to you in the studio.
Scott, thanks. I'm John Rogers here at the Alert Desk. And as Scott alluded, if you're even thinking of driving anywhere near the Ellipse, you really should think again. We have this interactive map here from D.C. Police showing the large number of road closures. So I've pulled this up on my monitor to really show you a good idea of what we're having to deal with. So while there are a large number of roads and byways that are shut down, the basic gist that if you want to drive anywhere near the White House or the Washington Monument, yeah, no luck. Those road closures and parking restrictions are remaining in place until about 10 p.m. Metro is running normally, so if you want to go to the event this evening, that's your best bet. But again, you have to be mindful too. There are a number of bus routes that are affected here as well. We have them listed for you on our homepage. Victoria?
As for former President Donald Trump, earlier today, he spoke to reporters in Mar-a-Lago to defend Sunday's rally at Madison Square Garden, which has drawn widespread criticism for racist remarks, especially one comment which referred to Puerto Rico as, quote, a floating island of garbage, end quote. Trump saw the rally a little differently.
I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like what happened the other night at Madison Square Garden. The love in that room, it was breathtaking.
Trump is planning to hold an event tonight in Pennsylvania.
And a reminder for you, 7 News is on your side with all the information you need to help you vote. You can scan the QR code up on your screen right now. That'll take you directly to our voter guide with information there about polling locations and dates, about early voting, even how to register to vote. And we'll have this online through Election Day, November 5th.
And a beautiful late afternoon across the DMV, looking at blue sky, our vantage point from our tower camera in Tenleytown over toward the National Cathedral. Temperature-wise, it feels great out there considering the time of year. Near 70 degrees in the district, Chantilly, College Park, Martinsburg, and Fredericksburg, all now at 68 degrees. Here's First Alert Weather satellite radar. A few clouds are out there, but nothing that's going to bring us any type of wet weather for this evening. In fact, our next best chance for perhaps a few showers won't come until very late Thursday into Friday. Check out our future temperatures as we head through the remainder of what's left of the afternoon and the evening, falling into the 60s, eventually the 50s overnight, even a few 40s well west of D.C. And a warm day tomorrow with daytime highs anywhere between 75 and 80 degrees. Coming up, we'll talk about Halloween, the last day of October, a cold front, chance for showers, and then a big cool down for at least part of the upcoming weekend.
A major new development tonight in a double murder case in Reston. The Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney offered Juliana Perez Magales a plea deal.
And instead of going to trial to fight a second-degree murder charge, Magales pleaded guilty to 1 count of manslaughter. 7 News reporter Nick Minock was in court this morning and has new insight into why the Fairfax County prosecutor offered Magales this plea deal.
A gun charge has been dropped, and Juliana Perez Magales will no longer face a second-degree murder charge in the death of Joseph Ryan. Instead, Perez Magales pleaded guilty to 1 count of manslaughter. My sources tell me the Fairfax County Commonwealth's attorney offered this plea deal to Perez Magales in exchange for her testimony against Brendan Banfield.
Today's agreement marks a significant step forward in this case, and it is an important development in our pursuit of justice for the victims and their families.
Perez Magales' sentencing will take place in March 2025 after Banfield's trial in February. Banfield faces 4 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of using a firearm in commission of a felony. This is video of Banfield being taken away in handcuffs in Fairfax County in September. Banfield is accused of stabbing and killing his wife, Christine Banfield, in February 2023. In new court documents, the prosecution says Perez Magales admitted to police that she shot Joseph Ryan once. And in another interview just 4 days ago on October 25th, the prosecution says Magales provided a detailed account of what happened. The prosecution described an elaborate murder plot, allegedly planned by Banfield and allegedly carried out by Banfield and Perez Magales. We'll have those details on the alleged murder plot ahead at 5 on 7 News. Nick Minock, 7 News.
A major announcement from President Biden that'll go a long way toward helping Baltimore recover from that deadly bridge collapse earlier this year.
And a bit later, the price of having a professional sports team in your city. The district just agreed to pay most of an $800 million arena upgrade to keep the Caps and Wizards in town. Spotlight America takes a look at what happened when one city said no to funding a new stadium.
And we've got a health alert that could impact your next trip to the emergency room. Details of how the damage caused by Hurricane Helene is being felt nationwide.
I'm Scott Thuman, live on the Ellipse, where 7 News is continuing its special coverage of Vice President Harris's rally tonight. More than 50,000 people could be at this event, which is scheduled to begin around 6:30. We believe the Vice President will take the podium somewhere around 7:30. One person who won't be here tonight is President Biden. He was asked about that today when he visited an ice cream shop in Baltimore and attending an event there.
Mr. President, will you be watching the Vice President's speech tonight?
I will.
Why are you not attending? It's right there on the Ellipse.
Because it's for her. This is her night.
You heard him say here, this is for her, not wanting to take the limelight. Perhaps we don't know if he was supposed to be part of this event or if by design he is not. That's some of the intrigue that we continue to follow when it comes to these political rallies. Arjon Rogers will join us in just a moment from the alert desk with more on what the president was doing in Baltimore. But as for tonight, doors opened a little more than 1 hour ago. Again, I'll be out here anchoring our live team coverage throughout the evening.
All right, Scott, we will check back in with you. Well, today, 7 News was there as both sides rest their case in the Reggie Brown trial. The 64-year-old was beaten to death in a Northwest D.C. alley last October.
Video surveillance. A social media post revealed a group of 5 girls, ages 12 to 15, were allegedly responsible for this. Our D.C. reporter Felicia Ashley has covered this trial for months and tells us about those final moments in the courthouse.
The attorneys for 2 of the teens, the 13 and the 14-year-old, tried to push for an acquittal for the murder charges today. The judge denied it. The 13-year-old is facing 9 counts, including 2 for murder. The 14-year-old, she is facing 6 counts, 2 of those also for murder. I'm getting ready to head back into this courtroom, and when I do, we're going to hear the closing arguments from both sides. It's expected to last about 3 hours. Reporting from the D.C. Superior Courthouse, Felicia Ashley, 7 News.
Back here at the alert desk a few hours ago, as Scott had mentioned, President Biden visited the Port of Baltimore. He was there to announce a $3 billion plan to update port infrastructure across the country. Now, this investment is funded by the Inflation Reduction Act, and the Maryland Port Administration will get $147 million in awards out of that pot. Now, the money will support over 2,000 good-paying jobs and union jobs and allow for the purchase of zero-emission port equipment.
But for too long, they've run on fossil fuels and aging infrastructure, putting workers at risk and exposing nearby communities to dangerous pollution.
The Maryland Port Administration is one of 55 selectees across 27 states. Victoria?
Well, back in D.C., the Harris campaign won't be the only event to draw a big crowd tonight. The annual LGBTQ+ celebration, the High Heel Race, will take place on 17th Street in DuPont Circle. Now that starts at 6 p.m. Expect several road closures in the DuPont Circle area.
And as we said earlier in the noon show, we said, might we recommend a block heel?
A block heel, maybe something with a strap?
So they actually run the race at 9 o'clock, and it's very fast when it happens, but they always have that parade of costumes ahead of time. But this year, with everything that's going on at the Ellipse, they believe there's going to be a big surge of people that will come after. So it will likely be a little bit quieter to begin with, and then it's really probably going to fill up. So an interesting year. So traffic downtown, probably better off walking, but at least the weather's nice.
Or running in heels.
I've been working on it. Or running in heels. Yes, yes, yes. I've never done that. Have you ever run in heels?
Absolutely. Reporter life, oof, you got to be able to sprint in those.
I'm like a gazelle.
Oh,
yes.
Well, we'll have to, that's quite a vision in my mind. Looking outside right now, we have beautiful fall color over at Dulles International Airport. And look at the color map. It came in earlier today. Fantastic around the metro area, even for southern Maryland. But the farther north and west you go, the fall color beginning to fade a little bit, especially western Maryland into Garrett County. Sniffling and sneezing, even though we did have a hard freeze. Some of you are still suffering from some allergies. Trees, grasses, and weeds are low. Mold now in the moderate range. Look at these temperatures. It feels great for almost the end of October, and we're in the upper 60s to around 70. Now we have a warm front, and you can see it's already cleared Petersburg. They're at 76 degrees compared to the 60s for our area, but we'll get in on that warmth for the day tomorrow. Winds are beginning to pick up a little bit at around 5 to 10 miles per hour, a little bit stronger off to the north and west of us. For this evening, we're going to see beautiful weather, mainly clear skies. Temperatures 7, 8 o'clock will hover just around the 60-degree mark, but then 9 p.m., 11 o'clock, looking at those temperatures that are going to drop into the 50s. So if you are going out this afternoon, what's left of the